Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker, hashtag Schrodinger's cards, with your tarot card reading for the next new moon phase from 28th of July until 12th of August. This is a new moon in Leo, so Virgo, try not to lash out at people. Sometimes they just don't get it, right? But it's cool that you're protecting yourself and protecting the way you are and stuff like that, right? That you need your structure, even if it might not be orderly, it might be clean. That's it. That could be it. Whatever. Sometimes people don't get how you work, right? How you function best. So it is about the posse you keep, right? But Leo is more about the pride that you feel about who you are and what you bring to the table. So sometimes people are just not on your wavelength, and that's okay. Maybe they just misunderstood, whatever. That being said, I don't do love readings. If love comes up in a reading, that is on you because you're projecting it. I don't want you to project anything into your reality just because I say so, because life is a self-fulfilling prophecy, hence the name Schrodinger's cards. Also, I'm sorry I missed the full moon reading in Capricorn because I was very much in the Capricorn energy myself, setting up my website, daywalker-bali.com. Check it out. There's going to be some updates still coming on the new tarot deck framework I'm inventing. It's refining the tree of life with vortex-based mathematics, numerology, so could be your jam, Virgo. I mean, that is very orderly, right? And it's going to streamline the meanings of the cards, what they're representing, and then inspire new types of illustrations and whatnot. Also, there are no bad cards in tarot. It's all just a mirror of the energy that you're moving through, and it's all for soul growth. So never fucking mind. Even if I'm lashing out at you, not to lash out at people. It's all cool. It's all beautiful energy. So let's get right into it. We're going to do the DNA spread that I invented, which is also based on the same system, like a refined tree of life. We got the spirit axis in the middle from the 0 to the 10 into manifestation, right? So what your soul is going through and how that manifests in reality, with the energy balancing out around it. Oh, it needs one more shuffle, my gut says. Let's freaking see. So, Six of Pentacles in reverse in your soul is like you're not especially in this deck, the Six of Pentacles is a card for creating balance. If it's in reverse, that means you or your soul is done with being imbalanced, and it feels like being imbalanced through other people, like if they're not if they're disrespecting your space, not respecting how you work, what you need to create that balance within you, then they represent the imbalance in your life, triggering the imbalance within you. So that's what you're kind of moving out of, or what your soul is kind of struggling with, deciding against. And this is gonna who had that? Exactly in that spot? Nah, not exactly in that spot. But the Six of Wands coming up a lot, especially in reverse. The Six of Wands in your place of the 9 basically means, well, setting yourself free. That is kind of your challenge. And that setting yourself free is a little delayed, like you're working with that energy very, very actively. And there's both sixes. So we got two cards being two sixes, and you're moving into an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. So you're really trying to get that full potential going, manifest something different, something beautiful, right? But to get here to that Ace of Pentacles and also flip that around, you have to let go of some passions in the past, some drives that have been driving you. You have to restore balance within you and in your outer world, basically. So let's see how the energies are balancing around it. Something within my heart says something is not right here. Maybe we'll come to terms with that. So there's a Father of Pentacles in reverse. Huh. Might not be for everyone, but I get a strong sense of daddy issues here. Which is funny. It's like the Father of Pentacles is the daddy card, right? It is the one nurturing, right? And the masculine one nurturing. It is the providing energy, right? So it also represents how you want to provide, how you learn to provide, and that is balanced out by a tower. Huh. Wow. Okay, like if the tower is balancing a Father of Pentacles in reverse, that means that, that means that something is pretty harshly flipping your idea of masculine sustenance upside down. It's like the idea of stability, of being able to provide, or how you want to be provided for also, but kind of get the sense that it's very much you, your own energy, how you want to provide, how you see yourself as the provider, which is not exactly, right? There's something off with that energy, so maybe you have the feeling that you're not able to provide, or that people should be able to stand on their own 2 feet, or whatever mindset it is that is very deeply rooted within you. It's been shaken up. Like you are confronted with that energy within you. It's like, what type of King of Pentacles do you want to be, right? What does that stability mean to you? Why don't you feel ready, for example? Or why, like, what does it mean to feel stable in this reality? What do you need to be balanced? Wow. In that middle, there is the Chariot. So you are very, very determined to pull through this. This is a beautiful card to have in that situation, because it seems like the challenge on a soul level is pretty big. It's pretty fucking big, right? You want to make something work here. Your soul wants to make something work here with that Six of Pentacles. Like, it wants to bring things in balance in your reality. And therefore, life is shaking something up in your reality. The Tower, right? Something like some very big change that is happening within you through some impulse from the outside. And you're like, fuck, this is somehow not aligning with the idea I have of a father figure, either with me as a provider, or with someone else trying to be a provider, and you're like, wait, no, this is not how this is happening. And you're standing in the middle, because the Chariot is not exactly moving. The Chariot is ready to move, very determined to move, right? Figuring stuff out, in a sense, just like standing there waiting for the go. And you're very, very determined, standing tall within that shit happening, and the energy is balancing around it. I have to kind of cut myself short, because talking of energy, the energy of my phone is nearing 0. Okay, let's go for it. I got 20%. Okay, so yeah, your idea of what a father figure means to you, or let's say not a father figure, it can also be about a mother, whoever is more masculine or progressive in that sense, or more nurturing, providing, right? Like very earthly, providing material goods, money, a sense of stability, right? Someone to fall back on for advice, stuff like that. So these ideas are kind of shaken up in your reality right now, and you're standing in the middle, determined to figure out what's going on. That is very interesting. In your abyss, like the challenge that you're actually going through overall is, wow, it's another 6, is a 6 of Swords here. A 6 of Swords that is like a card for travel, moving into a different mindset. And on the other hand, there's a 3 of Swords, and a 3 and a 6 around the place of the 9 is really fucking important. You still with me here? Hopefully you're still with me. Yeah. Let's hope the mic is still going. Wait, let me figure it out right here. Because the 6 and the 3 surrounding the spot of the 9, which is also a 6. Like, wow, you're getting pretty deep insights about what you want from life. Because 3, 6, and 9 to me is the spirit numbers. It represents the axis on the tree of life. And you got all 3s and 6s here. Fuck. Yeah, well, not all. The major arcanas ain't. But every other card, the ace, also something different. But these 3 and this here, all 3s and 6s. So you're making up your fucking mind about something. And it very much has to do with that Father of Pentacles and with setting yourself free from some desires that are not actually aligned with that change that is happening within you right now. That is very interesting. So you're moving away from the idea of heartbreak. Like I said in a different reading, the 3 of Swords is often a card for betrayal or heartbreak. I don't get it here like that. I get it like a 3 and a 6 fluctuating around that place of the 9, which is also a 6 of Wands right here. But it's both swords. Like your mind is kind of going back and forth between feeling like having to deal with the situation and having to move away from it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. To me, it does make a shitload of sense. So you're like, every time you're confronted with the energy, you have to look at it. You're like, your heart kind of cringes. You're like, fuck, like, or crumbles, right? You're like, it's not exactly beautiful. Like it's not exactly a good feeling to look at this Father of Pentacles in reverse, because this is where it leads to. The Father of Pentacles in reverse leads to that 3 of Swords. So that idea of something not being honorable, right? Something not being the right thing to do. And it's balanced by the 6 of Swords, which is moving away from that, moving away from whatever is triggering that. And you're kind of switching back and forth in your mind about whether to confront it or whether to leave it. And your challenge is basically to leave desires behind that are fucking with that. Let me look further how we are moving into manifestation, because there is that Ace of Pentacles. There is potential for you know, doing shit right, manifesting something different. And there's love, motherfucker. There's the 2 of Cups right here. That is beautiful, because the 3 of Swords is going into that love right here, morphing into that love. And that 6 of Swords, like the card of moving away, is, wow, is merging into a Daughter of Wands in reverse. So, passion versus love and commitment, right? And the passion that is somehow delayed or off or whatever feels like that is kind of changing within you. That is something like you're making up your mind about who you want to be, what type of King of Pentacles you want to be, type of nurturing person you want to be. And you don't want to feel like you're betraying someone or something, or the universe or whatever. So out of this Father, I very much get the sense that this Father of Pentacles in reverse is you not being okay with the role you're providing. Maybe for yourself, maybe for someone else, but you wanting to change yourself because you feel like you've not exactly been honorable, or you feel betrayed by the universe, and this heartbreak, like the Three of Swords, this, you're like, you don't want to feel this anymore, so you're doubling down on love. You're like, okay, if I can change that, what can I change about myself to work with this differently? That's a very fucking honorable thing to do. Fuck, really, that Tower and the Father of Pentacles in reverse. Fuck. It can also mean losing someone, if that resonates with you. Maybe that's just me because I know someone that it resonates with. Wow, that I see now in here. Nevertheless, it is very much about you confronted with the idea of a father figure, which basically just means the masculine way of providing in this manifested reality. That's the King of Pentacles energy, right? And whether you see yourself like that, or since it's in reverse, not see yourself as that, or you lost someone that was that to you, or someone that was supposed to be that for you wasn't exactly there when you needed them, and then you feel betrayed through that, or you feel like you're fucking furious about it. You're going back and forth in your mind about whether to confront or whether to leave the situation. But what you're struggling with in that situation is that you not have to leave the situation and the mindsets around it, but rather the desires that were tied into the situation with that Six of Wands right here. And then you're moving into manifestation and trying to balance the Daughter of Wands in reverse with the Two of Cups, which is like a desire versus a commitment. Guess who wins? The commitment. But then the lesson you have to embrace for that is getting out of the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands in reverse right here is trying to play all the games at once. But I very much feel like you have to make a decision whether you want to go with a shady Page of Wands right here that is, feels good at first, but it's not the real deal. And on the other hand, there's commitment to love, which doesn't have to be a partnership. It can be self-love, right? It can be you deciding to love yourself unconditionally, no matter what type of father figure you are, or no matter how much that father figure disappointed you or just left you alone. You're deciding to open up to love, and even if this is just self-love, that is what is opening you up to that Ace of Pentacles that is still in reverse. Like, the potential is there of manifesting something new, but you have to get out of your head about whatever that situation stirred up within you. Your idea of commitment and partnership and desire, right? Desire in the broader sense, right? So if you wanted to be held by someone and just cherished by someone, and that someone didn't exactly provide that, couldn't give you the fallback option, couldn't be there for you for whatever reason, right? Then it's not the time to close off and just doubt that this is just not happening. Maybe this was not gonna happen to just show you that you need to be there for yourself, right? So something was off with the desire. Something was off with the way you wanted it to be, because you wanted it to be, because you felt incomplete, right? You wanted someone to complete you because you yourself felt incomplete. And even though we sometimes need someone to make us feel whole, right? Or to make us feel held and okay with that we're not whole, right? That we're not complete. Even though that is the case, it's not the intention you want to go into a relationship with. It's not the intention, right? It's not good to over-idealize someone. You've got to idealize yourself, because you are ideal. You are perfect. And life is, seems like life is giving you a very interesting lesson, let's say. For some it might be devastating, for some it might just be mind-blowing in the best possible sense, where you realize, like, fuck, why was I idealizing this person? I never wanted this, right? And then you're torn between, like, you're torn between forgiveness and moving on, which is basically the same thing. You have to forgive to truly move on, right? You cannot just move away from something. It's going to stay with you, right? And that's exactly where this, if the tower hits you and it moves into a Six of Swords, so you're moving away from it, and then you're landing in a Daughter of Wands in reverse, that is exactly that desire you're struggling with that is still with you, right? On the other hand, if you're coming from the Father of Pentacles in reverse over here, moving into a Three of Swords, and then moving into a Two of Cups, that is like you acknowledge that this masculine earth energy wasn't what you needed, or it's just not there, couldn't provide, and moving into the feeling of betrayal, or making up your mind, like drawing a line in the sand and being like, fuck, I can't bear this anymore, or I have to think differently about this. Like, you're actively working with that sense of betrayal, maybe being betrayed by the universe, whatever, but it seems like this is transmuting into love again, into a Two of Cups. And whether that's self-love or just opening up to the possibility that there's someone out there that can provide that, that is totally up to you. And these energies are always tied together. It's always like you find someone to love you when you're in the frequency of self-love. That's how you attract someone that actually loves you unconditionally, right? And that's when you flip that Ace of Pentacles around to start something new, something fresh. Right now it seems that you're still working on that major shift. You're very determined, you're standing strong in that. That is so beautiful, but it has to do with something very profound that is shifting within you, and it's not easy to let that go, whatever was attached to that. Because there's Six of Wands in reverse, there's a Ten of Wands in reverse, Daughter of Wands in reverse. It's like, it's really like you are determined, but it's really a test for your fire energy, right? That in Leo, wow, that is really amazing. What's a clear advice I can give you for that? It's like, well, you're standing strong, you're doing it, fuck. And that back and forth in your head is something you at a certain point have to ask yourself, what is the basis for that, right? You're trying to make a decision in your mind, but go deeper, go into that fire, that passion. Is like, what do I desire really, right? How can I work with this? How can I move on from this truly? That's exactly the difference between moving away and moving on, is forgiveness, right? So that is probably the best advice I can give you. For whatever that tower did to you, or whatever you feel you did to another, forgiveness is the true key for not just moving away from a situation, but moving on from it, right? It seems like your head is very much fluctuating, and you really gotta take a good look at what's underneath, right? Forgiveness. I see so much needing to forgive, and you're getting there. There's a Two of Cups right here. That is love. That is forgiveness. Very much so. Very much so. And coming out of a Daughter of Wands means also growing out of that youthful desire and maturing into moving out of all that shit with the Ten of Wands, because it's just too much to bear, and you're just like, you gotta forgive to make it happen, to clear the playing field and set something up, something very new. And never forget, there's a Six of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles, so this means a new career for you, a new life for you. It's all in the cards. Just gotta forgive what happened, forgive yourself, and start fresh, right? Love unconditionally, even if the universe did some shit to you. Wicked. So wicked. Virgo, I so hope this resonated with you, and you can take something out of it that is empowering. That is my idea. I always want to be empowering, and it seems like this is a very empowering reading, though it seems like it's been a tough lesson on a soul level, right? If that resonated with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe, let me know. Very much interested. If you need someone to talk to, hit me up. That's what I'm here for, right? Thank you so much, Virgo. I love you.